So today we are poised to speak about how to start a business and what the challenges are and where you can, let's say, strengthen yourself. With our coach today, Sarah, could you please introduce yourself and what do you do for business?
All right, sure. Hi, I'm Sara El-Khamie, and I'm currently an English instructor, business English and English instructor. And also, I like to call myself English advisor or English buddy because buddy is as a friend, because I like to help people and be their friends, English friends and partner along the way of their journey of learning how to speak fluently.
And what about your experience in the field of business?
Well, I have 16 years of experience in the corporate field. I started out as a junior administrator, and then I was a senior administrator. I worked in HR, in sales, general admin work. I practically was everything except being a managing director. That wasn't there yet. But then also took up a part-time job. That was my full-time job. I took up a part-time job as an English instructor, and that's when I found out that I love teaching. I was an English instructor for adults, so my students always thanked me for helping them with a job interview or for speaking fluently or passing an exam or whatever has to do with English. So I always felt proud and happy that I could help them achieve their goals. So I found out that I have this passion for English teaching or for helping people in general achieve their goals. So later on, I decided to take, later on, which is recently, I decided to take up English as my full-time kind of business. So I decided to start up my own business in English teaching and actually English in general, because I like writing English content. I like proofreading English. I like helping people coming up with their masterpiece of English content or English email or English whatever
So you are,
piece of writing.
yeah, but so you are an entrepreneur, let's say, in the initiating stages. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I'm just started this year, like a few, maybe 2 or 3 months ago.
So let's explore this journey. So my first question is, how would you recommend people to choose their career?
Well, first, I would tell them don't get stuck. Don't get stuck somewhere. Don't say, oh, I graduated from business administration. I'm looking to be a manager. I graduated to be a big notch engineer. I'm not going to work this kind of petty job. No, explore. The first opportunity you get, go for it. Go for it. This to learn. You need to for you to get to the job that you want as a manager or as a senior architect or as whatever job you're looking for. You have to explore the petty jobs first, because that's how you gain the skills and the experience you need. Because when you're in that job, you don't only see your job, you only see the jobs of others and you learn from them. So you have to start somewhere and you have to gain the skills and experience that will take you to what you want later in life. And I would tell them career development is a constant journey. It's a constant learning. It's uh, you don't just stop somewhere. It's constant learning. It's evolving journey. You can change. Some people start out as engineers, then they suddenly decide that no, they don't want to be engineers anymore. They do want to be life coaches, something that has nothing to do with the engineering, because something happens along the way and they rediscover themselves. So it's okay to rediscover yourself. It's okay to start over along the way. I wasn't always an English teacher, but I started over somewhere. So, and then I found out that I love this kind of job. Yes, along the way I said, maybe I don't like it. No, but then I stopped for a while, take a time off. No, I miss it and I want to do it again. So that's how I rediscovered myself. And sometimes I say, no, but the other job pays better. But then I go and do it. No, I don't like it. So I'm not giving it 100%. So find your passion, give it 100%, and you will get there. You get to the money, you will get to the position, you get everywhere you want to be later.
So, and how to understand the values, everyone's
Yes.
values.
Yeah. Values, well, sometimes it's difficult to find out what's your values and what are values. So values are things you stand for. Do you value honesty? Do you value creativity? Do you value critical thinking? Do you value passion? So how you find out, so you can see what you appreciate in other people. You have a role model or your best friend or your boss, and you admire him for or her for something in particular. So this is something you value. If you admire someone for their honesty or of their support or their hard work, whatever, then this is something you value. And along, you find you have hobbies, you have things you like to do every day, like you like to read about something in particular. This is your favorite topic to read about, but you feel bored when you read. So for example, I feel happy when I read about psychology and about new ways new things that other ways or new ways to explore or approach language teaching. For example, I took several trainings in teaching. Although I was trained, I have 8 years of experience. I went back and took trainings from the beginning as if my classmates were people who haven't taught before, or they taught in small schools or maybe governmental schools, and they wanted to work for international schools. So yes, it refreshed some of the skills that I had, and I learned something new along the way from my classmates as well. For those who already worked at international schools, I learned something about teaching at schools, because all I did was teach courses. So I learned something about teaching at schools. Um, so I didn't say, no, I worked for 8 years and I have enough experience in teaching, I'm great. No, I just went ahead and took several trainings. I took like 7 trainings, and most of them said almost the same thing that I already knew, but every training added like a little bit of something new that helped me. Yeah, why didn't I think of that before? Okay, so I explored. So don't feel shy to learn. You're never too old to learn. You're never too experienced to learn, because learning is an ongoing process. It never stops. So I would tell people, don't stop learning. Don't say, I finished university, thank God, and I don't have to learn anything anymore. No, you will learn a lot as you grow, as you work with some people. Even if you work at the same company, if you work for a company and you go to another company with the same job title, sometimes you find out that there are new things you're learning that you didn't do in the first company. So don't look at job titles. Sometimes I tell people, don't look at the job title, because in Egypt, sometimes the job title are deceiving. So you can be an office manager in one company, but you work as if you're a receptionist in another company. So an office manager in a second company can be like an administration manager in a third company. So don't look at the titles. Look at the job description and look what you want to learn, the responsibilities and what you want to learn from that job, not just the title.
Okay,
So
expanding
these
on
are
what,
some of the things I learned.
yeah, expanding from what you are
Yeah.
just saying, how to get the knowledge and experience to reach these career goals.
Well, you have to read a lot. You have to read a lot about whatever you're doing. Go online and find out what are the skills and knowledge that you need to have for this job. And then after that, you can take trainings. You can work at a company that will give you that kind of skills and knowledge. Make sure that you are in the right job, because if you are not in the right job, you're not learning that then you're not gaining the skills and the experience. So you have to go online, research, read the job description carefully, make sure that this is what you want to learn from the job, and be honest with yourself. Are you capable of doing that thing? Are you the kind of person who would like to do that kind of thing? That you is this the kind of skills and knowledge you want to have or can have, or it's just you're not made for it? Some people just don't like it, they're not passionate about it. So you have to read a lot. You have to be self sufficient, self motivated. Some people don't have the time or money to go for courses. They just go online, they self teach themselves. So find a way to teach yourself things if you don't have the time or the money to go for courses. Just and even sometimes you go for a course and then you forget everything you've taken just after you finished. So you have to use that knowledge. You have to go online, keep searching. When you are at the job and your boss tells you something and you don't know how to do it, and ask around, and at the same time go online and figure it out. Sometimes I couldn't. Some of when I was working, I didn't know everything. Sometimes I went online and researched things and I did it as if I was a pro. And my boss would say me, "Oh, you're very good, you're fast learning, you're very resourceful." Yeah, thank you so much. I like to research. So that's how, be a research guru. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. Watch a lot of videos and just use the internet as much as you can to learn rather than surf aimlessly. The internet, use it productively by researching. I always did it by research. I rarely attended courses, by the way. I didn't attend any courses except for teaching.
Okay, that is great to hear, especially for teachers and training centers. But let's go for one other important step here, like how to what kind of skills are important to develop before choosing to start a personal business.
First of all, you have to have the communication skills, especially you're starting your own business. At first you won't have an accountant, you won't have a marketeer, you won't have salesperson. So you have to be your own salesperson, your own marketeer, your own customer service, your own everything, your own administrator. So, and the operations manager and the teacher and everything. So you have to have the communication skills, and that's why you have to start from zero. When going for a new job, you have to start small so you can learn communication skills. Because when you communicate with your colleagues, you see them how they communicate with the clients, and you communicate with the client as a junior person. It's not like as a senior person who's making mistakes, is like it's gonna be bad. But if you're a junior person and you're making mistakes, it's gonna be okay. So you have to have the communication skills. You have to know how to communicate professionally with people, because that's your image. That's how people will trust you. When you speak like professionally, you respect the people, you know what they're looking for, and you communicate according to their needs. That's very important. So you have to have a bit of sales and marketing strategies in mind. For example, I attended a social media marketing course, so I can be able to market for my own on place ads and things like that, to be able to market for my own business. First, it was for the aim to be a marketeer, an online marketeer, but then that didn't work out. And then that's when I found my calling. Like, okay, I will start my own business. That's maybe why it was a sign that uh, going for that course, because sometimes I believe in science. I find something, I'm thinking of something, and all of a sudden I go online, I find it like there speaking to me. Okay, I'll go for it without thinking. So that's sometimes how I do it. I believe in science. So you have to believe in science, you have to follow the science. And you have to be able to market for your own business. So that's why you have to have a little bit of sales and marketing strategies. And I worked as a sales coordinator before, so I know how contracts and proposals and agreements, how they work, what to look out for, how to protect myself from any misunderstandings or any miscommunication that could happen with clients, and it would look bad for my image. So I formulate my own agreements now and have people confirm that they agree and things like that. So things have to be properly documented. So you have to know something about filing. You have to learn filing skills, and you have to be very well organized. What else? and you have to know how to communicate. So that's why a lot of fresh graduates start out as in call centers, because it helps them. I believe it helps them to with communication skills.
That
So
is, yeah.
communication skills, to recap, yeah, communication skills, sales and marketing skills are important, and customer service, knowing your customers. So that, and developing a relationship with your customer. They want them to feel as though they are your friends, but without being too friendly at the same time, finding that balance.
Yeah, bringing the customers and the clients into the picture. How
Yes.
would you recommend building a positive relationship with them?
Well, you have to keep your language positive. Keep your language positive and be friendly, yet professional. For example, keeping it positive, instead of telling them, do not forget, you tell them, please remember, instead of telling them, you didn't send me something, I'm sorry, I haven't received something. Or why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you do that? Or no, you tell them, may I, it seems that I haven't received it yet, so may I would you please check, or would you send it to me, please? Or can I receive it as soon as possible, instead of being too straightforward and offensive? It will sound offensive, because clients don't like that. They don't like to feel that you're attacking them or being aggressive or something. And some of the things that I feel that a lot of people fall into that mistake is blaming the client. Never ever blame the client. They are right all the way. Just clarify to the client the situation, but don't blame them. Clarify and don't blame. Like, you didn't tell me so. Even if it's wrong, no, they told you something and they thought they told you and they didn't tell you. Oh, I'm sorry, I must have missed it. Can you please clarify again? Something like that. Sorry for the inconvenience, anything like that. But or you can, I'm afraid something happened and I haven't received it. Would you please say it again or send it again or something? But don't be offensive. Don't be offensive. Never ever be offensive to clients.
What
You
else?
have to keep your communication positive. Also, you have to speak in a friendly tone. If you feel that you're angry and you cannot, like, find some sort of a buffer, get distracted by something else and come back and talk to them as if nothing has happened. So sometimes keep a smile on your face while talking, even if they don't see the smile. It helps you keep your tone friendly. So keep a smile on your face, although if they're saying they're making you really angry, keep the smile on your face and never ever show your anger, ever, even if they are wrong. Then never be angry. That's how you feel it. So a lot of my clients choose to be with me rather than anywhere else. Is that because they feel comfortable talking to me, or they feel that I'm cheerful? That's because I always smile. So thank God for that. So I feel proud when they tell me so, that we feel comfortable talking to you. So always make your clients feel comfortable. That you're not like, oh, because don't look arrogant, ever ever. Don't be too sure of yourself. Be confident, but not to the point of arrogance. So you have to find the balance in everything. Because some people are too sure of themselves. It's okay to be sure of yourself and you to be confident, but don't come across as arrogant. And never speak about any other person or about your competitors. Never speak about competitors. That's very important. Speak
Well,
about you and what you can offer, but don't talk about competitors or any other place. If they ask you a recommendation for another place, I took that course in that place, but it didn't do anything. Oh, okay, I'm sorry you had that experience. I'm not sure what they do, but I can tell you that we are following this strategy. Don't tell them, oh yes, this is a bad place and a lot of people complain. No. Oh, okay, really? I'm not sure, but I can tell you that the strategy I follow, or my methodology, or whatever, depending on the business, is blah blah blah, 1 2 3. Don't never speak about your competitors, not positively or negatively. Never speak about competitors, because you don't want them to send them away, but at the same time you don't want to badmouth someone else.
Yeah, sure. What
Yeah.
else would you like to add about this topic today?
I would like to add. I know that most people, even fresh graduates, want to start out as freelancers or open their own business and things like that. That's a very good thing. Having an ambition is very good. But I would tell them, hold, put it on hold until you get the proper experience, because there are things that you might not experience while having your own business from day one. The corporate world is very interesting out there. Get yourself exposed to everything, the good and the bad and the ugly and the wonderful and everything. Just get yourself exposed. That's how you learn, and that's how you will be able to keep your business afloat, because you face a lot of challenges. Even you as an employee, you will get an idea of how you would like to be treated. Yeah, sometimes my boss did that, but I didn't like it, so I want to avoid that. My boss did that and I loved it, so I want to be more like that. And other you'll also learn from what other people liked and they didn't like. This is like a simple thing about communicating with your employees. Or you will get experience when dealing with clients as an employee, and where things went wrong. Maybe you had a problem with an employee, with the client once. You will learn from that problem. But with your own business, if you have a problem with a client, you will lose the client. And when you lose one client, you can lose 12 clients, because word of mouth, that's the rule in sales and marketing. Client retention is important, because if you lose one, you lose 12. If you like gain one, you could gain 12, because he will give you positive feedback and tell all the friends about you, and you will be happy and successful. But at the end of the day, they will come and looking for you. So wait, don't start your own business right away. Give yourself time to learn and rediscover yourself until you're sure you want to, which at first I knew from day one that I wanted to have my own business, but it took me 16 years until finally I knew what kind of business I want. That what I finally found or discovered my passion is helping people. So I like to help them with their fluency, because I know there's a lot of challenges in language. People using language accurately and fluently, they have a problem with that, even with business English, because they have there's issue with writing emails or business writing professionally. So I wanted to help with that, because at work I always help my colleagues with writing, with teaching, and things like that with English. So I love doing that. That's how I found my passion. Even after I left of my full-time job, and then I felt lost for a while. I didn't know what I want to do, and then when I decided to get back on the horse, I decided to go back to teaching and make my own brand and start my own brand in the end. Like I'm a mom now, so it's time. It's time for me to do something different. So that's how I decided I want to be proud of myself, so my kids can be proud of me, and it's a good thing. So I'm now happy with my decision. So I gotta wait, learn, explore, and then in the end, open your own business so you can feel confident about it. You don't have to learn on your own business and lose it along the way.
Yeah,
So
that's yeah,
that's one piece of advice that I would like to give, because I've seen people do that and I've seen how they failed. So that's why I want to give them that piece of advice.
yeah. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate you on starting your own business and on being a mother.
Thank you so much. Thank
And
you so much.
hopefully you will grow to be a great entrepreneur and a great business as well. So it has
Yeah,
been,
I hope so.
yeah, it has been awesome talking to you, Sarah, today. Thank you so much for that indeed.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.